Welcome to Back Bike Beat. The Yamaha XT500 in 2026 isn't just another product launch, it feels like a revival of one of the most iconic motorcycles ever made. Yamaha has dug into its history books and brought back a machine that captured the imagination of riders back in the 1970s and 80s, when the XT500 first hit trails, deserts, and city streets around the world. Back then it became a cult bike, known for its simplicity, durability, and adventurous spirit. Now, in 2026, Yamaha has given it new life, blending modern engineering with unmistakable old-school character. It's not a copy of the past, it's a reinvention, an XT for today's riders who want a rugged, soulful bike without the weight or over-complexity that dominates so much of the motorcycle market. What makes this new XT500 such an event is how Yamaha has managed to balance authenticity with innovation. Look at it from across the street and you instantly know what it is. The round headlight, the narrow fuel tank with those classic XT contours, the scrambler-style seat, the upright stance, it all whispers heritage. But when you get close, you start to notice the clean welds on the frame, the use of LED technology in that round lamp, the digital display tucked neatly behind the bars, and the overall fit and finish that's unmistakably 21st century Yamaha. It's a machine that respects its ancestors without being a museum piece. At the heart of the XT500 sits a brand new 499 cubic centimeters liquid-cooled, single-cylinder engine. Yamaha kept it a single because that's what the XT has always been about: one cylinder, one rider, one purpose. The new motor is fuel-injected, €5+ compliant, and tuned for tractable torque rather than chasing big top-end horsepower numbers. The XT500 isn't about spec sheet bragging. It's about torque down low, smooth power delivery, and a sense of mechanical honesty that connects the rider to the terrain. The way the engine delivers that power is key. Crack the throttle open in the lower gears and you feel the punch of torque right away, enough to loft the front wheel over a rock or get out ahead of traffic at a city intersection. On highways it cruises happily at 100 to 120 km per hour, and while it isn't a high-speed tourer, it feels surprisingly smooth thanks to modern balancing shafts and careful vibration damping. Yamaha gave it a 6-speed gearbox, which is a welcome addition compared to the older 4-speed classics. The shifts are light, positive, and geared well for dual sport use, short enough for technical off-road work but tall enough that you're not buzzing the engine to death on long stretches of tarmac. Yamaha also nailed the weight. One of the big problems with a lot of modern adventure bikes is how heavy and intimidating they become. The new XT500 tips the scales at around 154 kilograms wet, which is light by today's standards and incredibly manageable off-road. That means when you're picking your way through rocky trails, sand, or mud, you're not fighting against a 250-kilogram monster. Instead, you get that sense of agility and balance that made the original so beloved by Dakar racers and backyard explorers alike. The chassis has been modernized without losing the rugged feel. A steel frame provides durability and a little flex that off-road riders appreciate, while KYB suspension components front and rear deliver long travel and a plush ride. Up front, you've got a 21-inch wheel, and at the back an 18-inch wheel, both spoked, both ready for tube-type or tubeless tires depending on your preference. Braking has been brought firmly into the present day. You get disc brakes front and rear, with switchable ABS. On the road, ABS keeps you safe under hard braking, but off-road you can turn it off at the rear to allow proper slides and better control on loose surfaces. Yamaha also included 2 riding modes, one tuned for the street and another for trails. It's not a huge electronics suite like some adventure bikes offer, but that's intentional. Yamaha kept it simple: no endless menus, no over-the-top rider aids, just enough adjustability to keep the bike versatile without diluting its character. The cockpit feels purpose-built. You sit upright with wide handlebars that give plenty of leverage, and the seat is narrow enough at the front for easy stand-up riding. The LCD dash is compact but clear, showing the essentials like speed, RPM, trip data, and fuel level. It all feels robust, as if Yamaha expected this bike to be dropped, dusted off, and ridden again, which, let's be honest, many owners will do. Styling is one of the biggest draws here. Yamaha has done something that few manufacturers manage: they've created a bike that looks authentically retro without sliding into parody. The XT500 wears its heritage proudly with a slim tank, clean side panels, a scrambler-inspired seat, and a classic round lamp up front. Yet the paint finishes are deep, the welds neat, and the proportions sharp. It comes in two main trims, the standard version at $8,999 and the Heritage Edition at $9,499, which adds retro graphics, gold anodized rims, and special badging. Either way, you get a bike that draws admiring glances from older riders who remember the original and curious stares from younger ones who just see a cool, tough, minimalist dual sport. Performance out in the real world is where the XT500 shines. On tarmac, it feels nimble and light. Out on the highway, it will cruise comfortably, though this isn't a bike you'd choose for endless cross-country interstate slogs. It's happier on winding back roads, where the upright stance and responsive engine encourage a playful, involving ride. Take it off-road and the XT's true spirit emerges. Stand up on the pegs and it feels balanced, responsive, and confidence-inspiring. That lightweight and tractable engine mean you don't have to wrestle it, you guide it. What really sets the XT500 apart in 2026 is how it stands in contrast to today's motorcycle market. Many adventure bikes are bristling with electronics, bulk, and complexity. They're incredible machines, but they can be intimidating and expensive. The XT500 strips that away. It's approachable, affordable, and has personality. It's the kind of bike you can ride every day, tinker with in the garage, and take on adventures without worrying about scratching plastics or frying sensors. It reminds us that motorcycling at its best is about freedom, not complication. And then there's the price. At $8,999 for the standard and $9,499 for the Heritage Edition, Yamaha has been clever. It's not bargain basement cheap, but it's significantly more accessible than many modern adventure machines that push well into the $15,000 to $20,000 range. For under 10 grand, you're getting a bike that's not only capable but also dripping with authenticity and style. That combination is rare. It makes the XT500 an option not just for older riders looking to relive a memory but for new riders who want a machine with character that won't break the bank. At the end of the day, the XT500 isn't chasing records. It's not trying to outgun a KTM off-road or outtour a BMW on the highway. It's doing something arguably more important. It's reconnecting us to the core of motorcycling, a simple, tough, honest bike that you can ride anywhere, that makes you smile every time you fire it up, and that looks fantastic parked outside your favorite cafe. It's a conversation starter, a trail explorer, and a daily companion rolled into one. So when you see it roll past, hear that thumping single, and catch a glimpse of those classic lines, you'll know why so many people are excited. The 2026 Yamaha XT500 is more than just another motorcycle release. It's proof that heritage and progress can live side by side. It's proof that a bike doesn't need endless tech or overwhelming power to be thrilling. And most of all, it's proof that Yamaha still knows how to build a machine that touches the rider's soul. For me, the XT500 is a standout because it has managed to stay true to its DNA while stepping into the modern age. It's a motorcycle that feels timeless the moment you sit on it, whether you're 20 years old or 60, whether you're brand new to bikes or a seasoned veteran. At under $9,000, with durability, style, and versatility baked in, it's one of the most compelling releases of 2026. If you've been waiting for a bike that offers freedom without complexity, heritage without compromise, and adventure without intimidation, the XT500 is waiting for you. BikeBeat will keep following it as riders get their hands on it, but from what we've seen so far, Yamaha has delivered something special. The legend has returned, and it looks ready to write another chapter.